Hey, what is happening, everybody? Craig over here at Merchant Service Layers. Thank you again for joining us today. Sorry about not getting a video out to you guys last week. Got super tied up with training some new managers and stuff like that, so been staying very busy over here. Before I get started on today's topic, which I promised you guys I'd get out there, it's the discovery questions on cash discounting. I would like you guys to do me a favor. Please do go ahead and drop in, like, click share, and subscribe to our YouTube page if you are on YouTube right now. If you're not, go over to YouTube, watch us over there. Also, head over to Facebook if you're not currently on our Facebook group, Merchant Service Layers. Go ahead and like us on there. Follow all the content we're putting up there. Help us get in front of a lot more people. That way we can help a ton of other people out. So today, like I said, what we're covering is discovery questions on cash discounting. So first off, I'm going to run through the questions that I normally ask, and then I'm going to circle back to each one individually, and I'm going to tell you why I ask these questions, okay? So first off, who's your customer and why do they come inside of your business, right? Another one that I ask is, what plans or goals do you have to increase profit or decrease cost inside of your business? I like to ask them, especially right now, how has inflation affected you and your business? And another one this one is actually really solid. This is one that will help you close a lot more deals than you think. This builds your case. Have you ever raised your pricing before? And if so, what happened when you raised your pricing? Did you lose any customers? Did you not lose any customers? Last but not least, this is a very basic one that I use, is what's your average ticket and overall profitability inside of the business. So that being said, let's go over to the first one. So first one, who's your customer and why do they come in here? So the reason why I'm asking this question is I really genuinely believe that all these businesses think that they have something special that they bring to the table, right? And so what my goal to do right now is to get them away from thinking that their customers come in specifically for the price, okay? And if they believe that, I'm gonna kind of peel the onion back and ask them some more questions. We'll dive a little bit deeper onto that here in a second. But normally what you're gonna get out of this, your first type of customer is gonna be, they come in here because they love my product, I'm the only one that can get this, or I have the best this, whatever it is, right? And the service I provide is outstanding, right? And they'll say that they got great reviews online, all this other stuff, yada, 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 okay? Now, that right there, I always write that down and I save that information because that information I'm using once I get into explaining how cash discounting works and what I'm doing, okay? What normally, if it goes the other route is happening, is this individual doesn't really have too much faith inside of their business. So they're like, oh, I have the cheapest cost out there. I was like, okay. So one thing that I'll do is I'll break them down on getting away from that thought process a tiny bit. I'm not gonna let them know that's what I'm doing, but I wanna kind of peel that onion back and get them away from that form of thinking, because with that form of thinking, I'm never gonna earn their business on cash discounting, okay? So I'm going to ask them things like, hey, where do you, this sounds strange, but where do you shop at? You know, where do you go get your groceries at? You know, if they tell me they're going to Kroger, or they're going to Sam's Club, or they're going to, you know, just any type of normal middle class or upper class type of grocery store, I'm going to ask them, why do they not go to, why don't they go to Dollar General? Why don't they go to somewhere that's cheaper? Why don't they go to the food bank, right? That sort of deal. 90% of the time, 99% of the time, they're going to tell me, well, I just like the atmosphere and I like it better. I was like, okay. So you believe that people go to businesses because they like things, not just the prices, right? If you value your money more than the item that you're purchasing, then you're not going to purchase that item. But flip-flop that scenario right there, and you'll let go of the money all day long, right? And so I'm going to start to build that case for me on that question, okay? Moving on to the next one. What plans or goals do you have to increase profit at your business or decrease cost, okay? This is important because if they have no plan, boom, I'm in it to win it, all right? Now, what will happen the majority of the time is you'll get like a waffled answer, like, well, I want to get more customers in here and I want to spend more on advertising to do that, or I want to do this promotion or something like that. Save that, that's important. Or to decrease cost, well, that's why I'm talking to you, Craig. I really want to go ahead and cut my cost on my credit card processing, whatever it may be, right? And then save that information too, because you can help out in this scenario a ton. So you can take whatever savings that you're going to build on cash discounting with this discovery question right here, and you can say, hey, look it, with that extra $1,000 a month in your pocket, you can take 500 of that and go ahead and dedicate that into getting more revenue driven into your company. And then the other $500 you can pocket, and then you've decreased your costs. What did you do? They provided a problem or what they're wanting to do to solve a problem. You provided the solution with the money that you're able to save them on their credit card processing, okay? You're tying that money into something that's more important to the business. Next one, Has inflation affected you? If anybody answers no to this, then they just don't pay attention, okay? Inflation's through the roof right now. At the timing of this video, I think it's over 7.5%. It's insane. These businesses, if they're not raising their pricing right now, you have to wake them up a little bit. You have to smack them a little bit in the head. And you have to say, hey, look, guy, come on. It's like everything's going up in price. You have to raise your pricing right now, okay? Which will lead us into the next one. But you don't want to say that, obviously, in an offensive manner. You know, I kind of say, wow, really a lot of your competition in the area has went ahead and, you know, boosted their pricing up because, you know, the cost of goods is going through the roof right now. How are you maintaining your profit margin if you haven't raised your pricing? Simple question, right? I get the answer. I save that in my pocket or in my gun, right? And I'm going to go get back to that later. Next question that I always like to hit on. This one is super powerful, okay? Have you ever raised your pricing before? And if so, what happened? Okay, did you lose any customers is what we're alluding to, right? This question right here, if this business has been around for longer than a year, they've probably made some sort of an adjustment to their pricing. Some things went up, some things went down, okay? So have you ever raised your pricing before on any of your items? They say yes. Okay, did you lose any customers or did that item stop selling as much? No, that's always the answer. This is always the answer when it comes down to that. And so you have to realize, and you have to get this merchant to realize that they have done this before, okay? And there is no negative consequence of doing this, right? They've raised their pricing, and in fact, if they haven't, they have to right now because guess what? Inflation, boom. You get to tie in your questions together in order to go ahead and make a stronger case for how you're providing a solution to a problem that they have that they might not know about, right? Last but not least question that I always ask, because it's a simple one, but it really helps to get them to wake up and look at the numbers, is what's your average ticket and your overall profitability inside of your business, okay? I get those numbers. Average ticket, let's call it 10 bucks, all right? If they say that their overall profitability is, 50%, let's say it's, half, right? They have a really good profit margin. That means that out of every $10, they are taking home $5. And so if I'm saving them $1,000 on their credit and debit card processing, by doing cash discounting, their concern most likely is that I'm gonna lose customers. Well, it doesn't really matter, Mr. or Mrs. Merchant, if you're gonna lose customers, because even if you lost one customer, that's only $5 in profit, on average, compared to the $1,000 in profit that I'm worth to you right now with the stroke of a pen, right? Or they say, well, I just can't do that. I'm gonna lose more than one customer. Well, first off, it's a $10 average ticket. That's 40 cents on every 10 bucks. If you're gonna lose someone over 40 cents on $10, there's a bigger problem here than just your credit card processing, ha ha ha. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. Worst case scenario, how many people would you have to lose in order for this program not to make sense? I'm saving you $1,000 a month. Your average profit margin's $5. That means that you would have to lose 200 people reoccurringly every single month as long as you're on this program for this program not to make sense for you. That is impossible. You will never lose that much customers over a 40-cent price in increase. It's not going to happen. You'd have to stand outside the front of your business and cold cock everybody right in the face as soon as they try and walk into your business in order to lose 200 people a month. That's it, right, guys? That's the discovery questions that I'm normally asking. Now, obviously, there's a ton more. I like to call it 21 questions for a reason, but these are the most important ones that will get you to start to build a case and help you justify cash discounting inside of a customer's business, even if that's someone that is super skeptical on cash discounting. Again, when you guys go into your presentations and stuff like that, don't mention that this is cash discounting, right? I call it a flat fee program. I lead in with questioning to build a case. That way I can refer back to that questioning, refer back to the answers, and show them that they've done something similar to this in the past. It wasn't a big deal. It didn't negatively impact their business. In fact, it helped them increase their profit margins. That's all I got for you guys today. Get out there, make it happen. I hope these questions help you guys out. And remember, while you're out there in the field, ABC, always be closing. Go get it, guys.